So, guys, let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if everything sounds good. Um, what's going on, Benjamin Barris? What's happening? What's happening? Kendrick McMichael, what's going on? Um, Kelvin Benjamin, you a hater. So I ain't sweating you. You feel me? Carolina Panthers, I feel you. So before we get this started, you already know I gotta start this off right. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a LCameraTV live stream without me doing this. So I'm gonna get my vocal cords right. Me, hold on. All right. Yo, on LCameraTV, make sure you like, subscribe, and share with y'all cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Twitter and wherever else. You already know what it is. So, it took me a few days to talk about this topic because I was pissed. It took me a few days to talk about this because I was pretty mad. So, here's the thing, right? Let me answer something. The reason why I did a live stream about this instead of doing my usual recap video is because I wanted your insight. I wanted what y'all think, right? Now, Benjamin Bars, I see that, no, Barris, I see that you said, will Ron Rivera be fired after the season? Probably. If we have a bad season, I think he's going to be fired. And I think that's kind of sad because I think Ron Rivera is a good coach. But I'm kind of not as opposed to it as I was before, and I'll get into that. O'Brien Clinton sit camp for the rest of the season. I wouldn't go that far. Now, mind you, I think he is hurt. I think he has his own issue. But I would not sit him for the rest of the year. I don't think you would gain anything from him having him sit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to... If his shoulder is still nagging him, because he says his shoulder's fine, and I believe him. But, you know, I think it's rust. I think it's going to be some issues. I don't think he's not... He can throw the ball deep still, but, you know, timing-wise, no preseason, all that stuff is definitely an issue. Now, let me get into this topic. This is the worst offense I've seen in a long time. I mean, I thought North Turner, when he came in, the offense would be a lot better. It's not. First of all, let's get into Darrell Williams. Darrell Williams looks horrible. And the only reason why, it's not like he's horrible against any pass rusher. But if you have a speed rusher, put him on Darrell Williams. Why? He cannot move his feet fast enough to get in front of the speed rusher. He can't. Maybe it's because his knee. Maybe it's coming up because he's coming off an injury. But he's not moving fast enough. That's why Shaquille Barrett was hitting Cam left and right, because the guy's faster than him. So as soon as he bent the corner, he's already past Darrell Williams because he can't shuffle quick enough. That's why when you see these drills, they got linemen shuffling their feet, they have to get out their stance and shuffle their feet quick enough to keep the speed rusher from getting to the side of them. And then you got to worry about the counter move, because once they get to the inside and you stop them, they're probably going to spin or cut across your face, which you don't want as a lineman. But he can't even stop the first move. Just get a fast person on him. Like if Brian Burns was on another team, he would have like 5 sacks in that game. 5, 6 sacks at least. Because he's so much faster than Darrell Williams. And Darrell Williams can't react quick enough. He's either going to hold or he's going to let his quarterback get killed. And that's what happened in this game. Ron Rivera is a good coach. But the problem with Ron Rivera and the problem with the coaching staff in general, the defense looked amazing. There's not much issue out with the defense. The only thing the defense did that I wish was better was more pressure on the quarterback. But they did get a sack. They did get a safety. They looked great. Defense looked good. So I can't be mad at Ron for that side. But the offense is abysmal. And the reason why I'm upset with Ron Rivera is because North Turner got in there, and I thought North Turner was going to, revolutionize the passing game. And what I see is it's the same passing game that it was last time. slants here. He barely goes deep. You know, like it's. Now, don't get me wrong. Cam was horrible, and the Cam should get killed for this game. He played like crap. And I don't want to hear he's hurt because if you was hurt, you shouldn't be playing. I'm tired of people saying, oh, he's hurt. Oh, he's hurt. Listen, you was hurt last year. You took the year off. Well, half the season off. A few games off, whatever. Then you got surgery. You had a whole offseason to rehab. You said you was good. You said your foot's good. You said everything's good. And I think it's just rust. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I think we're gonna have a resurgence. I really think. I think we start off horribly, but I think this is making everybody look themselves in the mirror and they're gonna do a lot better, right? But I don't want to hear he's hurt. I don't want to hear, oh, there's something wrong with his shoulder. I want to hear there's something wrong with his foot. And the thing is, I'm tired of him not scrambling. And this is part of the problem I had with people saying, oh, Cam need to change the game up. Cam need to change the game up. I would rather have 100% Cam Newton where he scrambles, gets first downs, does what he has to do, than this, okay, I'm going to stay in the pocket. I'm going to let everybody else handle all the business, whatever, type of Cam Newton. Why? Because, yes, his career might be shorter, but we will win a lot more. So let me read some of the stuff you guys are saying. What's up? Ron is not a good coach. Y'all got to stop saying that. Sup, Jonathan. Sup, Kendrick, whatever. Ron is trash. We need someone off the Ram staff. I'm not buying the Ram staff. I think it's Sean McVay. I don't think any of his underlings or whatever you want to call them or branches off his tree are going to be that great. Clown Ron, yo, how you doing? The offense ain't nothing without O-line. Even if you draft another QB, the line still sucks. I don't think the line sucks. I think Darrell Williams sucks. Because to be honest with you, for the most part, the O-line held up. The only person who was getting beat like crazy was Darrell Williams. We all, I think, allowed like 3 or 4 sacks, but the 3 or 4 sacks came from the left side. Put in Greg Little. I mean, Darrell Williams got beat like a drum yesterday. And now everybody knows the blueprint on how to beat him. Because if I watch that tape, I'm like, oh, okay, put a speed rusher on him. He can't keep up. Clown Jonathan, Ron is not a good coach. You reaching. A-Cam, sup Ted, Cam, you gonna bounce back and beat the Cards. Hey Jonathan, Ted, you. Clown, defense got tired from all the third and out. Agreed. I'm okay. Cam not hurt. He's seeing ghosts in the pocket. I don't think it's so much ghost. Like I said, I think he was just off, and that happens. Jonathan, you were born in the circus, bro. We need a new voice in the locker room. Ron got to go get an offensive-minded coach. You see, and this is why I have an issue with people saying get an offensive-minded coach, right? Because you have two things. You have one, you get an offensive-minded coach who throw the ball all over the field, and I would be all for that. But then is your defense going to be good? Look, for example, Kansas City. Throw the ball everywhere. Andy Reid's a great offensive mind. Defense sucked. That's why they lost to the Pats. You see, what people don't realize is if you look at the Patriots, it's a perfect, very simple equation. They have a defensive-minded head coach in Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick has always been a defensive guy. But they got a quarterback and a coordinator that know offense. That's how you're supposed to do it. Your head coach should be a defensive-headed guy. You need a good defense to win championships. But you need an offensive coordinator that's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, scared to take shots, scared to do certain things. Like, it doesn't make any sense to get an offensive-minded head coach and your defense be trash. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Our defense is top-notch right now. People don't realize this game and last game, they were kicking field goals. I think they had, what, 1 touchdown, maybe 2? I mean, in the Rams game, they probably had like 1 or 2 touchdowns. And both of those situations was because the defense got tired after constantly stopping the offense. So my mindset is, okay, get a new coach. But does that help you win? He's not hurt. He's recovering from a surgery. Like he has worked on his repaired shoulder to full capacity. Let him work out the kinks. You were born into a clown field. I'm actually afraid to play the Cardinals next week. I think we can beat the Cardinals. Zach Taylor made Andy Dalton look amazing, and they lost by 1 to Seattle. He came from the Rams. Do you realize how much talent the Bengals have? People don't realize this. The Bengals got John Ross, first round pick. They spent 2 first-round picks on linemen. I think his name's Cedric Obio, or I can't remember his name. They got Joe Mixon, number 2 overall pick. He was supposed to be a first-round running back, but because of all the field issues, he was a second rounder. They have talent. Like, people don't realize. I got William Jackson, cornerback for the Cincinnati Bengals, first rounder. I can tell you so many people on their team that are good players. Remember, when they were with Marvin Lewis, they had a good record. It was only like last few years they didn't have a good record, but for a long time they was getting to the playoffs and not winning. And that was his biggest thing. He's been in the playoffs a bunch of times and never won the playoffs. That's a coaching situation. So to say, oh, Zach Taylor, bro, they had a good team. Look, like, go back and look at what the Bengals had before Zach Taylor was there. Go look at the records they had before Zach Taylor was there. Marvin Lewis was making them win games. It's just in the playoffs they couldn't do nothing. So let me see Zach Taylor in the playoffs. If he takes his team to the playoffs, which I don't think they will, because again, you got Baltimore, you got Cleveland, and you got Pittsburgh. I don't think they're even gonna make it. But Zach Taylor, oh wow, he barely beat he almost beat the Seattle Seahawks. Almost doesn't matter. We almost beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If we did a QB sneak, which is, I was mind boggled that we didn't do a quarterback sneak on 4th and like half a yard. That to me is like inexcusable. You did an end around with Christian McCaffrey. Mind you, an end around brings you back yardage. It puts you back. Secondly, Christian McCaffrey is not that big of a running back. He's like 208 pounds maybe. And you're going to make him run head up with a corner? And then he can't even put his foot in the ground because he's running an end around instead of going straight up the middle. We should have did a QB sneak. It doesn't make any sense. If you look at the percentage on how often we convert QB sneaks in as far with Cam Newton as our quarterback, it's crazy. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm thinking we're gonna go 10-6 too. I agree. They're not calling no QB running plays. And that to me, it's not even just the QB running plays. It's about, we used to do RPOs. We barely do that. We used to do misdirection. Now we're doing end arounds all the time. And also, my thing is this. We need a receiver that when the chips are down, he's going to catch the ball. Our defense was playing great against the Tampa Bay. But you know what happened? Jameis Winston threw up a prayer to Mike Evans. It was a good pass, but Mike Evans found a way to make the catch. But it's because Mike Evans is 6'5". He threw it on the outside, he was able to catch it. Now don't get me wrong, Curtis Samuel got loose, and I blame Cam Newton for that. Cam Newton should have put the ball in front of Curtis so he could catch it and keep it stride and run for a touchdown. I agree. And there was a pass interference that was a straight blown call and was the most bogus crap I've ever seen in my life. But literally, the offense is C-Mac or bust. It is. Greg Olsen had a 100-yard receiving game. We still lost. Greg Olsen had a 100-yard receiving game, and we still lost. Christian McCaffrey, they put 2 people on him, which we should expect because, again, he had an amazing season last year. He had an amazing first year. Last year. He played well. So, of course, they're going to put 2 people on this guy. This guy could break tackles. He can, run every route in the route tree. He can do everything. So, of course, they're going to put a bunch of people on him. But that's the time when you need people to step up. But I'm going to give you a perfect example. I seen Cam throw deep 2 or 3 times. And yes, the ball was kind of on the outside, and Cam is not going to put the ball in the bucket. We all know this. This is not even a question. And that's why Dave Gettleman's idea, what's going on, King DZ? Dave Gettleman's idea was to get bigger receivers because Cam's not going to put it in the bucket. You need a receiver that's going to go up there and get it. And I have no problem with that. The issue I have is when you got a bunch of 5'10", 5'11", 6-foot receivers, you need a very accurate quarterback, and Cam is not that. That's why I said oh, Brian, we need a QB that can actually hit receivers. Now, this is the issue I have with what people are saying, right? Sam Darnold got mono. He's going to miss 3 to 7 weeks. He's an accurate quarterback. Baker Mayfield is a very accurate quarterback. Had a horrible game. Had a horrible game against the Titans. Just straight horrible. Ben Roethlisberger, accurate quarterback. 30-3. Aaron Rodgers, accurate quarterback, great quarterback. 10-3. Bears. Only reason why they lost to the Bears, they beat the Bears, is because Mitch Trubisky was even worse than Aaron Rodgers that game. And Aaron Rodgers didn't play well. You can't say you need a more accurate quarterback like, oh, it's all the quarterback's fault. There's a lot of things that came into place. Perfect example. Everybody talk about the Rams offense. You know the Rams do a lot? Bunch formation. They do a lot of crosser routes. They do a lot of natural pick routes. They do a lot of things like that. They get the ball out quick. There's a lot of things that they do that we do not do. Norv Turner is still playing a old school mentality offense, and there's nothing wrong with it. Listen, Gerald Johnson, I think that might be the case because a lot of plays that we got we didn't get called for the ref, I was really upset about. The pass interference play, it was clear pass interference. It was a double move. He basically wrapped the guy up before he was able to make the second move and get past him. And he said it wasn't pass interference. How I'm doing a double move, I go up, I stutter step, so I can go up again. The guy gets caught with a double move. Instead of getting beat, he basically try to wrap up with you a little bit, bump you, way past 5 yards. And then you say it's not pass interference because you don't know the ball was out of Cam Newton's hand yet. Even when the contact started with the ball in Cam's hand. But by the time the contact ended, the ball was already in the air. So you're saying, oh, because, when the contact initially started, the ball was in Cam's hand, it's not pass interference? It doesn't make any sense. And this is another thing I have an issue with. We went and got Will Grier. We got Will Grier. We could have had Hakeem Butler. We went and got Will Grier, and we didn't get DK Metcalf. There were so many receivers out there that we could have got. But instead of getting receivers, we got a backup quarterback who, from all accounts, did not play well in preseason. Instead of getting your star quarterback more help, you say, oh, you know what, we're going to do this. We're going to get a backup quarterback that's going to sit the whole year. Because, again, he's third on the depth chart. He's never going to play. That might be a case. We might have to go get Trent Williams. We might have to. There's a few pieces, bro. If we had Trent Williams, this wouldn't even be an issue. But what I'm so confused about, and just get him for 1 year. Be like, hey, we'll trade you, a third-round pick or whatever for Trent Williams. He's only on contract. I don't know how long he's on contract for, but oh my God. When people say start Kyle Allen or start Will Grier, to me, I'm like, you guys are crazy. We seen what they can do to preseason. They couldn't score against backups. They struggled in the preseason. But you want to start Kyle Allen over Cam Newton? You see, this is the overreaction I be talking about. We have to beat teams by so much because referees just seem like they're out against us. Perfect example, right? They talk about the play where Cam went for scramble on a 4th and 1 or whatever it was, right? And he dives and he reaches for the pylon. They said because they didn't have more camera angles, they couldn't change the play. So because you guys have insufficient coverage, we don't get a first down that was, I ain't gonna lie, to me it was clear. He literally dove for the first down. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Trent Williams wants an extension. Listen, if I was them, if Trent Williams really wanted an extension, this is what I would do. I don't know how old, well, I don't know how old Trent Williams is. I like Greg Little too, but I don't know, bro. We gotta do something, bro, because Darrell Williams got exposed Thursday night. He got straight up exposed, and I don't trust him to be our left tackle anymore because I'm just saying, if I was the defensive coordinator and I watched that game, I'm like, whoever's my fastest speed rusher, I'm putting him on that side. That's what I'm doing. That's what it is. And when people say, "Oh, why do we keep on saying we need more receivers?" We had a 100-yard receiving game from Greg Olsen. We had, I don't know exactly how much DJ Moore had, but DJ Moore had a good. DJ Moore actually had a pretty good game. Curtis Samuel looked good, and we still lost. That's what you don't like. That's what people don't understand. They played basically man across everything. We need people that are going to win one-on-one matchups. And Sammy, I've been saying we should trade for AJ Green for the longest. And people are like, why do we need to trade more receivers? Why do we need more receivers? Oh my God, why do we need receivers? This is exactly why we need more receivers. And that's what I'm saying. We need a new offensive coordinator. Listen, we might have to. And I don't want to sit here and make it seem like Norv Turner's a bad offensive coordinator. He's not. But when you have to win and you don't go for a QB sneak on 4th and half an inch. Half an inch. It wasn't even like, it was like a little bit less than 4th and 1, but they can't put 4th and half an inch. They can't even put that. So they put 4th and 1. Are you serious? You did an end around play, goal line, 4th and 1. You did an end around to Christian McCaffrey. You didn't even do any trickeration. What I thought was going to happen is I thought Christian McCaffrey was going to act like he was running. He was going to pitch it off to Curtis Samuel or DJ Moore and have them go up. At least get one. He was going one way and then come back another way. He didn't do that. He would let go Christian. We should have called QB sneak. It doesn't make any sense. Curtis, DJ, Greg had about 100 yards. No, Greg, I know for a fact, had 105 yards by himself. I don't know about DJ Moore. Curtis, I don't think he had 100 yards. I think he had maybe like 70 something. I know he had a big 40-yard reception, stuff like that. That's why I'm saying Ron needs to go. We care too much about the defensive side. I can't say that. And this is what, and now I'm telling you, from the best teams I've seen, Patriots won, Seattle, another one. Seattle, defensive-minded head coach. Patriots, defensive-minded head coach. When the Steelers were winning, defensive-minded head coach. It's not like we haven't seen. We went to the Super Bowl, defensive-minded head coach. The Broncos, when they beat us, defensive-minded head coach. Like, I can literally go through the last few Super Bowl winners. You got the Eagles, whose Doug Peterson was offensive-minded. I'm trying to think. But Pats is a defensive-minded head coach. Broncos, Seattle, most of the best teams are defensive-minded head coaches. Okay, so Dwayne Banster said we can get more receivers, but if you can't get on the ball, then what? Right? That's what he says. I seen DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best receivers in the league, play with Tom Savage and still have 1,000 yards. I've seen DeAndre Hopkins play with T.J. Yates and still have 1,000-yard season. So you're telling me, oh, we can get more receivers, but if we don't gotta go. You mean to tell me T.J. Yates and Tom Savage are better than Cam Newton? They can get the ball there more than Cam Newton can. Stop this, bro. You know what? I'm gonna give you another. And this, I say this because I watch football a lot. I pay attention to football a lot. I like football. I do. The Cowboys, Dak Prescott, and I'm picking teams from everywhere. Cowboys, Dak Prescott. Shannon Sharp said this on Undisputed. He said the yards of separation, the game Dak had 400 yards. There were more than like 2 or 3 yards separation. That means that everybody was distant from their corner by like 2 or 3 yards. He had 400-yard passing game. When Cam Newton had Ted Ginn, the distance between Ted Ginn and the corner was so easy, so vast that it was easy for Cam to just throw the ball up to him. That's what people don't get. That's what y'all don't understand. You're saying, oh yeah, well, you can't get the ball to him. If they have separation, you can. Cam is not one of the quarterbacks to anticipate when a receiver's gonna be open. He don't like that. He likes to see the receiver open. And there's a lot of quarterbacks like that. But I'm gonna give you for example. Lamar Jackson. Would you say Lamar Jackson is better than Cam Newton? I don't think so. I think Lamar Jackson is a very good quarterback. I think it was disrespect for them to say he should be a running back. But by getting Marquise Brown, who's a straight speedster, bro, he has separation from everybody. He throws in the ball, he takes it like 100 yards. He throws a deep pass, he's 2-3 yards in front of his corner. Like, we gotta stop. It bothers me because we sit here and say, oh, it's all Cam Newton's fault, it's all Cam Newton's fault. And what I would really like is take a quarterback like Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. And they're still a so-so team. Cam Newton took scrubs to a Super Bowl, but everybody acts like they forget that. And this is why I've been saying for the longest while I beat the table about this. If you want to win, you gotta do it. And that's another thing I have an issue with. The Dolphins are trading Minka Fitzpatrick, a former first-round pick from Alabama who's a bona fide baller. And I hear no trade talks or interest from the Panthers. And I like Trey Boston. But this is a guy on a rookie contract who's a flat-out baller that you're not going to take a chance on. AJ Green, last year's contract. This is a flat-out ball. But we have no problem taking Gerald McCoy, who made a very costly play by buying into the O-lineman, getting a little physical with him, and him pushing him back, and we lose 15 yards. We have no problem with that. We took Jerry McCoy on, and he does some stupidness like that against Tampa Bay, and we're fine. Nobody says anything about it. Nobody bats an eyelash. It's so simple how certain things are. Like, it's like, and I'm not sitting here saying Cam played a great game. He played a horrible game. He sucked. I mean, if you had told me in 2 weeks Cam Newton would have 2 turnovers and 0 touchdowns, I'd be like, you're lying to me. I would never expect that. Not a rushing or a passing touchdown. But again, the rushing touchdown aspect that Cam Newton had is gone because of North Turner. But it's not even a passing touchdown? Come on, man. That's outrageous. That's outrageous, bro. Cam Newton cannot be. He cannot be that, bro. He cannot be 0 touchdowns to 2 turnovers, a fumble and an interception. Are you serious? He played like crap. But you gotta look at the whole picture, bro. You gotta look at the whole picture. You can't just be like, oh, it's Cam's fault. Because I guarantee you, if you take out any quarterback, mind you, one of Cam Newton's best qualities is his running. You take away his best quality in running, you don't let him run no more. Then you take him, then you put him in a situation where they basically bottle up Christian McCaffrey. You don't got the receivers to go up and get the ball. Because, again, as good as DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel is, and this is what people underestimate about Steve Smith. Steve Smith is a smaller receiver, but I can show you a plethora of videos where Steve Smith skied into the air, caught the ball. I have yet to see DJ Moore do that yet. He doesn't, like, I don't see him jump ever. That's what I mean. It's like, even when Stephon Diggs caught the miracle in Minnesota, whatever it was called, he jumped in the air. It's funny. Like, I don't have no issue with the defense. The defense overall, Luke Kuechly was amazing. Shaq Thompson looked good. James Bradbury got beat on a few plays, but that's to be expected. He's playing against a top receiver. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. You can't expect the corner never to get beat. The pass rush, Brian Burns looks like a baller, but everybody else seemed so-so. And some plays I felt like was just straight holding. I mean, I seen plays. K1 Shorts literally past the lineman. He's holding his arm and they don't do no flag. But see, I can't even be mad about that because we know what the referees do to us. They don't want us to win. Come on, man. We know this. Okay, so this guy is rocking. Said, I see y'all just blaming the offensive line. Cam last 8 starts is 0-8. It's Cam's fault too. First of all, that's not. I went on like a 5-minute soliloquy talking about how Cam was horrible. But so Cam's last 8 starts is 0-8. Yes. But they're talking about last year and the first 2 games. Last year we all know he was hurt. So to say, oh yeah, he was 0-8 last. Okay, yeah. Look up when Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone, and he played when he came back from the injury. He sucked. He was horrible. I think he played the Panthers, and we picked him off like 2 or 3 times. But nobody said, oh, Aaron Rodgers is, because again, he was injured. We knew this. We accepted this. But with Cam Newton, oh well, see, he's 0-8. Okay, he was hurt then, and now he's getting all the rust. And then again, he got injured the one preseason game where he had some time to play, and that's another thing I have an issue with. Cam is over and underthrowing receivers. Yes, he was. Overthrows and underthrows receivers as well. As a Panther fan, I can call it for what it is. Yes, Cam was overthrowing and underthrowing receivers. We're not arguing that fact. That's what people don't realize. You're not arguing that fact. We're not saying Cam played a good game. But Aaron Rodgers didn't play a good game against the Bears, and they won. Stop making it seem like everybody played a good game. Andy Dalton played a great game against Seattle, and they lost. Stop that. That doesn't make any sense. You're not always going to have your best game, but it's when you can lose games, you can win games when you have a bad game is what matters. Do y'all forget what happened in the 15-1 season? When we went 15-1, in the beginning of the season, we weren't playing great. We were skating by. We was winning. People didn't even believe that we were going to be, when we was 3, I think it was 4-0, it was like, oh, well, they played sorry teams. This is what happens when they play the rest of their schedule. But that confidence that was built, the fun, the good time that was built during that time propelled us into a 15-1 season. You can't see, it's the offense in general. It's the offense in general. Okay, but what about this year? He has a 52% completion percentage this year. Okay, now here's the thing, right? And another thing people are not talking about. Okay, he had 56.2% completion percentage, right? Who the 2 defenses he played? He played one defense that went to the Super Bowl. I'm not making this up. Rams just went to the Super Bowl. They held the Patriots to 13 points. This is fact. This is not a lie. This is not conjecture. This is fact. They went to the Super Bowl. They held the Patriots to 13 points. Then he played Tampa Bay, who got Todd Bowles, who's a very good defensive-minded head coach, and just is a very easy defensive-minded head coach. That he has good defenses. He's always had good defenses. Even when he was on the Jets, he had good defenses. So I'm not gonna sit here and overreact over 2 games. I really think we're gonna beat the Cardinals, but that's because the Cardinals don't got nothing. You expect to beat the Cardinals. I think we'll beat the Jaguars. Why? Because Nick Foles is out. They got this dude, Drew Mistrew, whatever his name is. I mean, I think he had a good game first game, but I expect us to beat him. But you can't sit here and be like, oh, it's all Cam Newton's fault. Because I guarantee you, you pluck Cam Newton out of that spot. And this is what people don't realize, too. We need to get another quarterback. Right? Get Cam out of there. So your whole coaching staff is going to get fired. Your general manager is going to get fired. You get Cam Newton out there. Let's say you draft a quarterback. You can end up like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston was a first-round, first pick. And in 5 years has not even been to the playoffs. But y'all don't care about that. Bro, stop. The Rams defense ain't even like that. Okay, so let's look up what the Rams defense allowed last year. See, people, you don't want to accept certain things. So you think, okay, so was the Rams defense bad? That's my question. because they got Keith Lee, Marcus Peters, Aaron Donald, Dante Fowler Jr., but they're not like that. They got Eric Weddle from the Chargers, but they're not like that. All right, cool. I guess Jameis Winston is better than Cam Newton. Okay, so Jameis Winston, let's look at Jameis Winston's total career, because he's been in the league 5 years. So you said he's better than him now. I bet you any kind of money, HR crew, right? I bet you any kind of money. If at the end of this year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will get another quarterback. Come on, man. Stop this. This is the biggest overreaction I've ever seen. We always do this. When Cam is losing, but Jameis did not have a bad coaching staff. Mike Shula wasn't bad. We should have kept him. He knew how to call plays for Cam's strengths. Last year, bring up this year's stats for the Rams is nowhere near as good. They only played one game. How can you bring up this year's stats? They only played one game. They played one game against us. What stats am I? That's there's no sample size. That's one game. They played one game against us. They're 1-0. You talking about this year's stats? They had one game and against a very good defense in Carolina, who got a safety last game. That doesn't make any sense. Like y'all, sometimes bring up this year's stats. Okay, you know what? I'll look at this year's stats. I'll tell you, mind you, how the stats look as far as defense. Because again, their defense not even like that. Come on, man. Stop this, bro. You guys jump out there and say things just because the Panthers lost. And again, I'm upset too. I think Cam played bad too. But don't just sit here and be like, oh yeah, Jameis Winston is better than Cam Newton right now. Jameis Winston hasn't won anything. Jameis Winston hasn't even been to the playoffs. Jameis Winston just had a 3-pick game last game. Against the 49ers, he threw 3 picks and 2 pick sixes. So he's better than Cam? Are you serious? Should we bring back Kelvin Benjamin? Of course not. We shouldn't bring back Kelvin Benjamin. He sucks too. He's over shape. He's out of weight all the time. He's not in shape ever. And he wasn't good at catching the ball anyways. He was 50-50. You can look at his stats, his whole career. He was a 50-50 receiver. I've been saying for the last 2-3 months, when everybody was killing me for it, I said trade for AJ Green. Why not? Trade for AJ Green. LCamera, if Cam keeps playing like this, what do you think we do? And if Cam keep on playing like this, we have to seriously, again, I don't think he will, but if he does, then we have to reevaluate the quarterback position. Of course. You can't just keep on losing, obviously. But I'm talking about it has to be a bad season. Because I'm not with we go 9-7, 10-6, or some crap. We're at the bottom we lose in the first round of playoffs, and we decided to spend a 30th pick or 27th pick on a quarterback. If I want a quarterback, I want one at the top of the draft. I want one of the best. It's not often where you get a really good quarterback at 32. We ain't getting Aaron Rodgers all the time. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting the Deshaun Watsons and the Lamar Jacksons like that. That's not gonna happen. And yeah, Luke almost had a pick on Terrence Thomas. Play Will Grier. Terrence Thomas, do me a favor. Check out Will Grier in the preseason and then come back to me. Do you think Will Grier can be a starter next year? No, he can't be a starter next year. I gotta see him in the preseason next year. Hopefully he don't throw as many picks. He threw like 2 picks. I think he threw like 2 or 3 picks every game. Come on, bro. He didn't play well. And y'all talking about Will Grier. Kyle Allen's number 2 on the depth chart. So why are we even talking about Will Grier? You would literally have to get Cam Newton injured. Then you have to get Kyle Allen injured just for Will Grier to play. And people saying Kyle Allen, bro, look what he did in the playoffs. He didn't even score I don't think he scored a touchdown in the whole preseason. Come on, bro. We're not in trouble. Don't overreact. I'm recapping to the situation. I seen this game was horrible. Yes, he's a rookie, and he's gonna probably get better. But this is a horrible game. This is a game we gotta put behind us. This is something that sucked. But don't sit here and be like, oh yeah, well Cam Newton needs to do this, and we need to get rid of Cam, and oh man. My issue is get more help around him. And people hate when I say that. Oh well. Because you got some quarterbacks that don't need as much help. But we don't say anything negative about Matt Ryan, who Julio Jones his whole career, who had Roddy White his whole career, and now it's Calvin Ridley. They spent 2 first-round picks on linemen just this draft. They got running backs, they got a defense, they got everything, and he's still losing. He still went 0-1. They played horrible against the Vikings. Come on, man. We gotta take things into context. We gotta look at the whole league and how things are being done. We got a long way to trade or something that needs to be done now. I agree. Trade for AJ Green, please, God. Somebody trade for a receiver. You know why people still talk about? I've seen mock drafts already, and people are still talking about. Oh, they're talking about what the Panthers should draft. They still saying receiver. People still saying receiver. Everybody's saying we're good on receiver, but every analyst out there is saying we should draft a receiver in the draft. Matt Ryan was in the perfect situation his whole career. He had a 28-3 lead. No, what was it? 20? Was it 28-8? 28-3? I think it was 28-3. I think I'm right. But he had a massive lead against the Patriots and still lost. This is what we want? More help. He missed wide open receivers. Okay, listen. Again. AJ Green hurt. Yes, he's hurt. But you don't have to give up that much draft capital to get him because he's hurt and he's on last year's contract. That's why you go after a person. But when healthy, if you look at AJ Green's stats, he's one of the best receivers in the league. But you're not going to get one of the best receivers in the league unless you trade a first-round pick, a second-round pick. Odell Beckham and AJ Green, and Antonio Brown got traded for what they got traded for because they were headaches. I disagree. We got good receivers. Okay, so Black Ninja Kev said, I disagree. We got good receivers, right? What makes you think we got good receivers? So my question to HR crew is, when you miss a receiver by 10 yards, there's no receiver that could compensate for that. So then how was Ted getting so prosperous in our system then? Answer that question for me. Because we act like we don't know that Cam Newton was successful. We act like we didn't see Cam Newton be successful. So tell me the difference between AJ Green, Ted Ginn having a great season, having 1,000 yards, us going to the Super Bowl, and now. Our old Darrell Williams got Cam sacked 3 times. That's just the one I can count on Darrell Williams' side. I don't remember how many times Cam got sacked the whole game. Greg Little needs to start. Darrell Williams' knee does not allow him to shift fast enough to the outside to stop speed rushers. Now, mind you might have an issue with counter moves because, again, when you shift outside to block, they try to spin inside. But at least you're spinning towards the help side. You don't give them the outside edge. You give them the inside edge because even if they spin inside, your guard might be able to bump him and keep him from your quarterback. We got good receivers to tell the truth and be real as Cam right now. Okay, so my question is, everybody's saying we have good receivers. Tell me how they're good. Tell me how. I want to know how, because everybody's saying this, but production matters. We've seen that DeAndre Hopkins was good even when he had bad quarterbacks. That's a fact. I can show you his stats. Before Deshaun Watson was drafted, DeAndre Hopkins was still one of the top receivers in the league. So explain that to me. That's what I want to explain, because everybody's saying we have good receivers, I'm telling you, show me. And you're saying it's the quarterback's fault. I'm saying I seen Julio Jones. I wish I had a video to pull up for you guys. But I literally seen Julio Jones stop Matt Ryan from throwing the pick by jumping over the linebacker and catching the ball in front of the linebacker and pulling it back. That's the type of receiver you need. Everyone in this division has a better receiving core than us. That's a fact. Mike Evans is a better receiver than Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore. Julio Jones is better than both of them. We all know that. And Michael Thomas is better than both of them. So my question is, you say we need better receivers. We have good receivers. Explain. I agree he needs to be more mobile. Did you see the last play for the win? The play was absolutely trash. That end around was stupid. Have you noticed we always run right? We don't trust Van Roten and Darrell Williams. And that just goes to show you, bro. That's horrible. Like, you can't. defensive coordinators have a whole week to scheme against you, and they sit there and watch tape for your last game, games. So if they see you never running left because Darrell Williams and Greg Van Roten are horrible, then that's an issue. Look at last year. When he was 6-1 to Kent. Last year when he was 6-1, it wasn't DJ Moore didn't even start. It was more Devin. What are you talking about? Last year DJ Moore was in a reserve role, and Curtis Samuel barely got in. Curtis Samuel had end arounds and stuff like look at the stats. I think he played less than 30% of snaps last year. It's the same thing with Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju Smith-Schuster, they said was the number one receiver, but against the Patriots, he got exposed. They shut him down completely. I'm saying a top 10 receiver. He said Hopkins is the best receiver in the league, though. I'm talking about a top 10 receiver. Julio Jones, Odell Beckham, Mike Evans, Michael Thomas, Antonio Brown. Who else? Tyreek Hill. And you think it's hard to throw to Tyreek Hill? Tyreek Hill has separation, like 3-4 yards of separation on every corner he plays. He ran like a 4.2. Come on, man. Really? It's not hard to throw to Tyreek Hill. He's fast. No more receiver for Cam. That game was on Cam Newton. I don't care about the receivers or the O-line. Cam has made a name for himself by playing good without any of those things. See, that's an issue. You see how you said Cam has made a name for himself by playing good without that. So you're saying because I did that, I have to continue doing that. Doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense to me. That's like saying, okay, if I was going to work every day, jump starting my car, I should never get a new battery. That doesn't make any sense. You got to get a new battery. Like, at some point, it's not going to work. Stop bringing up top 3 wide receivers. Why? Why should I stop bringing up dominant receivers? Why should I stop doing that? Why can't we have a top 3 receiver? Why? That's what I don't understand. Why are you sitting here saying we shouldn't have good receivers? Who says that? Juju Smith-Schuster. Look, Amari Cooper is a better receiver than both our receivers. That mistake we didn't start seeing the way that was a 62 start before Cam Newton got hurt over his shoulder injury. Might be. Everyone roasting Cam on social media. Yeah, I mean, as far as the clothing thing, I already said Cam dress is weird to me. That's my thing. I'm not wearing no scarf. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know if I'm just old school, but I'm not wearing a scarf. I'm not doing it. That's Cam's thing. His hair is crazy to me, but again, that's his thing. I'm used to seeing that. I live in Florida. I see people with big bumps all the time, but I'm not wearing a scarf, bro. I'm not putting it around my head like that. But see, I see people, they're gonna clown Cam. But see, and I'm gonna tell you what's funny too, right? And people sit here and say this all the time. When Andrew Luck was losing, all I heard was he need more help. I heard he need more line. I heard he got hit so much. Mind you, Andrew Luck got hit the most since 2012. Cam Newton has been sacked the most since 2011. That's a fact, right? But they say he need better O-line. He need better receivers. He need better defense. He need a running back. He need this. He need that. When he got there, he was dominating. Everybody said, "Oh man, he's great." Should we pick up Des Bryant? No, Des Bryant is past his prime. I would rather have a injury-prone AJ Green than a washed-up Des Bryant. Des Bryant doesn't run routes. Des Bryant has like 3 routes in his route tree. And that's another thing people don't understand. When you run really good routes, you can create separation. If your routes are really good, you can create separation. But our receivers don't run good routes. Steve Smith said DJ Moore was a good route runner. I think it was not Mike Mayock. Who was it? Can't remember his name. This is a draft analyst. I can't remember his name. He said he didn't run good routes. And I watched DJ Moore, and DJ Moore is not creating separation through his route running. He's not. He's a good receiver. He got good hands, good strong hands, but he fumbles all the time. Part of the reason why we lost the first game. And I haven't seen him get past anybody. What I think DJ Moore might be better at is a slot. Why? Because we think he should be Steve Smith. He's not. He's not Steve Smith. We thought he was going to be second coming to Steve Smith. He's not. Exactly. Juice God. A dominant receiver matters. Look how Dallas offenses took off when we got Cooper. It's the truth. You need a dominant receiver. You need one. Everyone needs one. What's going on, Larry Knott? You feel me? And it's funny to me how all these players, people are saying Cam Newton. And I think, to be honest with you, some people just don't want Cam as their quarterback. And that's fine. But don't change the narrative. If he plays a bad game, I'm going to say he sucked. He sucked. But don't be like, oh, yeah, well, it's all his fault. He don't need an O-line. He don't need receivers. He don't need a run back. He just need to do it himself. Nobody does it himself. It's a team game. This is when Cam Newton was held upright with Michael Orr, we went 15-1. When Cam Newton had receivers that can create separation, like Ted Ginn, and Ted Ginn was 50-50 too, but Ted Ginn was always open. Always open. He was always open since Dolphins. He just can't catch. His hands are horrible. So I'm like, maybe it would have been better if we just paid Ted Ginn. Because at least he would have got past the receiver, the corner. He would have got open, and Cam could have thrown the ball. I did not see Charles Johnson making fun of us. That sucks. There's something wrong with Cam anyway. I don't think nothing wrong with Cam. Look, somebody said Jared Goff or Baker Mayfield. I'll take Baker Mayfield. Jared Goff is in a great system with a great coach. I'll take Baker Mayfield. We don't got dominant receivers, but we have good receivers. Agreed. If you want to say they're good and not dominant, fine. But I think we need a dominant receiver. Everybody in our division has a dominant receiver, but us. It's just a fact. Everybody in our division has a dominant receiver, but us. That's just the truth. That's the truth. That's the bare bones of it. Mike Thomas deserved the contract he got. Julio Jones deserved the contract he got. Okay, so Daniel Sigmund said Cam Newton needs to be benched, period. Once Cam gets his sense of entitlement stripped, it will change everything. See that right there? That has none. Daniel Sigmund said nothing about him at his actual play. He said sense of entitlement. That's what he's not worried about his play. He's worried about his sense of entitlement. He put it in right there. Come on, bro. What's that to do with anything? I'm talking about how Cam could be better on the field. He's talking about his sense of entitlement. Come on, bro. That makes nothing. That means nothing. If Cam would have threw the ball in front of Curtis Samuel instead of behind him, we would have won. If North Turtle would have called the QB sneak instead of an end around to Christian McCaffrey, we would have won. So that's just me being honest. I don't know, man, but then again, that first 4th and 1 we didn't get probably put him in a bad mood. If you think Cam is still hurt, I don't think so. I don't think he's still hurt. And see, against the Rams, you don't hit someone like that if you're hurt, period. I don't think he's hurt. I never said he was hurt. I don't think he's hurt. I don't want to hear he's hurt. I don't want to hear that. Because if you're playing, you can't be hurt. I don't want to hear that. If you're hurt, sit down. If you're not hurt, you can play. And I ain't gonna lie, I agree with that. Daniel Simmons, 50% on Thursday Night Football. He's not good at on, you know what I'm saying, most Thursday night games or whatever, he's 50-50. I agree about the receivers. We need one bad until DJ Moore and Curtis grow more. And I agree. After time they're gonna be better. But I feel like we're putting too much on their shoulders for you see how Calvin Ridley gets to flourish because Julio Jones is there? You see, like Calvin Ridley is playing against the third corner every time because Julio Jones gets the number 1 corner. It's just a fact. When you have a dominant receiver, like, bro, when you have a dominant receiver where they have the double team, it makes everybody's job easier. Everybody in the receiver core is going to be creating separation. Come on, man. He doesn't call QB sneak because he's hurt or may get hurt. That's stupid. See, that doesn't make any sense. First of all, Tom Brady does QB sneaks. So I don't want to hear, oh, he might get hurt. If they wouldn't put Tom Brady in a situation like that, then you got to put Cam Newton in a situation like that. I'm not saying QB powers. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, have him catch the ball and run up like a running back. I'm talking about sit behind the center, snap the ball, and lean forward. That's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying. It'll be all right, Panther fans. Question, why don't y'all run over a running back? Seems burning McCaffrey by 6 games. What? It'll be all right, Panther fans. Question, why don't y'all run other running backs? Seems, and that's true. I don't understand that either because we got all these other running backs to not let them play. If he's not hurt, and this is just how he plays, how could you want a measure quarterback? I'm not saying. First of all, we got to attest to the man. It came off an injury and is rusty. I'm not saying he's gonna be a great quarterback. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be accurate. That's not. We know what he is. We know what he is. So I'm not saying. Oh, I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm done arguing with y'all. I'm done saying my 2 cents. This is very informative. I got to say a lot of how I felt about a lot of things. But I'll see y'all next time, man. I think they gave Ron Rivera gave them the weekend off. I blame Uncle Undisputed. He was going on about how bad James is. And James is bad. I guarantee you. I don't know who they play next. I bet you throw a pick next game. He won't throw a pick against us. But Luke King couldn't bring it down. I'm kind of upset with Ron because he never gives us the answers we want. Yeah, but they all do coach speak. Remember LCameraTV with being in this position before starting 0-2. That was in 2013. We finished 12-4. Yep, that's true. And won the NFC South in 2013. There's still hope. Of course there is. And I'm not saying there's no hope. I'm just saying that I'm reacting from the Tampa Bay game. I think we're still in a pretty good position. I think we got a very winnable game against the Cardinals. I think we're in a good position. I'm just reacting to what happened. That's it. So I said it was a recap. I said it was a reaction. I'm just recapping and reacting from what happened. You know what I'm saying? I think we're still in a pretty good situation. I think we still should get a receiver, but I've been saying that before the season started. So just understand that it's work in progress. Things are gonna happen. And, I think Cam internalized a lot of it, and we're gonna keep pounding. We always keep pounding. It's frustrating. I'm angry. We lost 2 home games. It's supposed to be sacred ground, and we're getting beat. But if we turn it around, all these. And listen, I'm telling you, I'm remembering your names. HR Crew, Daniel Simmons. Please, if we have a successful season, I want you here again. Because I want to have this conversation. Because there's so many people that sit here and say, oh, Cam, get rid of Cam. And I see it all the time. Every time we do bad, get rid of Cam. But when we're winning, I don't see these same people. We don't see those same people. I know Jamarco McBride, Larinot, Tab Black, there's certain people that are always going to be here, always, supporting negative or positive. And then you got some other people who show up and be like, hey, get rid of Cam. And then we win and they're nowhere to be found. So keep that same energy, bro, please. We are on the good side of the 12%. Of course. All right, I'm telling you, HR Crew said he'll be here. Count it. So, and again, if we're losing, I'm still going to be here. Y'all already see. We lost. And I did this live stream in 2 days. So, it sucks. I don't think 14-2. I think 10-6 is understandable. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how that plays out, man. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for showing love, bro. Share this with y'all cool things. Y'all already know. It's LCameraTV. All right? If you love anime, check out my other channel, Sensei. I'm just frustrated, guys. I'm happy to talk to you guys because I got this stuff off my chest. I got it off my chest. I'm irate. HR is new, never seen him before. As Bucks fans, refs suck both sides. I agree. Bucks, and the thing I hate referees so much because they're so bad at their job. I've never seen people who are so bad at their job but never get fired. I hear problems with referees on every season. Last season with the Saints and Rams game, horrible refereeing. And they still keep their jobs. They made some rule changes. They keep the same guys, and then they do some other stupidness. And I ain't gonna lie, I believe that this pass interference rule thing that they created is not really for us. I think they just did it to appease people. Because, to be honest with you, I haven't seen them approve one passing interference off a flag yet. But, that's just my opinion, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for showing love. Thank y'all for rocking with the boy. Thank you for letting me vent. My Panther fandom. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to see y'all next time. Check out the podcast. I took like 10 minutes on calls. Refs have been pretty horrible towards us since we signed Reed. I think it's before that. I think it was since Cam Newton said something about the refs and the hits he be taking. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Peace. All right. Keep pounding, y'all. Y'all already know what it is.